Today we're going to talk about Argentine traditions. I'm going to give you insights that you may not have heard about before. I am Macarena Romero, a social media strategist at Nomad, where we help entrepreneurs, investors, digital nomads, families, and retirees obtain residence permits and citizenships. So let's get started. To begin with, Argentinians are well known for being friendly and affectionate, and therefore they greet each other with kisses. It doesn't matter whether you're a friend, a family member, an acquaintance, or even a stranger. A kiss is a standard way of greeting in this country. It can also include hugs, holding each other's hands, or any kind of proper physical contact. Many times, this draws attention to other cultures, especially when seen among men. So don't be surprised if you ever visit Argentina and you see people planting kisses on each other's faces, because this is the way to go. Following the same line of thought, it's common for people to invite you over even if they just met you, or to share a mate together. This can be one of the most eccentric Argentine traditions for foreigners, and let me explain you why. For you to have an idea, mate can be compared to tea because it is made from dried yerba mate leaves. Its taste is bitter, but you can add any type of sweetener. But among some of the main differences, it is prepared in one container with a single straw, poured with hot water by a single primer, and shared among people. So, in case you're wondering, yes, everyone drinks from the same straw. And you can drink it at any time of the day, in the morning, the afternoon, in the evening, or even at night. But another peculiarity is that mate is not served in restaurants. Instead, it's more like a social drink. There is a person in charge of passing the mate around among the group. And once again, it doesn't matter if you're a family member or if you're a stranger. If you're around or if you're part of the group, you're probably gonna be invited to have one too. Another thing that you may need to take into account is that after you sip and you return the mate to the person who is brewing it, you don't say thank you or gracias, because this means you're done with it and you don't want to get another one. Instead, if you want to keep drinking, just give it back and don't say anything. Now, when it comes to inviting people over for celebrations, I gotta say that food is somehow predictable. And why do I say that? Because if you go to different Argentinian parties, you're probably gonna find the same kind of dishes. But of course, they are super tasty. Let's see. Empanadas, for example, are an important dish, therefore they are made for every single special occasion, from holidays to birthday parties to a daily basis. Although they come in different variants, the typical empanada is a pastry turnover filled with savory ingredients like meat, vegetables, and spices. Other typical plates at celebrations are sandwiches, usually made with ham and cheese or with meat, Argentinian pizza, which let me tell you is extra cheesy, and snacks like chips and dips. Nothing finishes off a savory meal like a dessert made with dulce de leche. This is something that is probably in every single Argentinian home, and it's a traditional sweet made of cow's milk, sugar, and vanilla essence. It can be used for desserts and cakes, sprayed on toast or bread, or you can just eat a spoonful of it, which, let me tell you, it's amazing. So when you attend a birthday party, for example, be ready to find variety of sweet food, from alfajores to cakes to different types of desserts. If you have a sweet tooth, I'm sure you're gonna love it. As we're talking about food, it is crucial to mention the asado. As a Sunday ritual, this is a perfect excuse for family and friends to get together. The asado refers to barbecued meats as well as edible organs, like kidneys and blood sausages. But the main purpose is not just the food, but the social events centered around it. Since, as I mentioned before, this is a great opportunity for families to catch up while sharing good food and drinks. Before the asado is served, there is usually a tray on the table with some food cut in small portions for people to nibble. This usually includes bread, some dips, variety of cold cuts like ham or salami, varieties of cheeses, olives, and snacks. Now, changing the subject again a little bit, it's important to say that soccer is sacred in Argentina. For most people, soccer is much more than a sport. It's a religion, and it is home to two of the greatest soccer players in history, Diego Maradona and Lionel Messi. Among famous soccer teams, you can hear names like Boca Juniors, River Plate, Vélez, Independiente, etc. But a game you definitely don't want to miss if you visit Buenos Aires is a super classic between the two biggest rivals of Argentina, Boca Juniors and River Plate. During these games, stadiums get super crowded, and it is hard to find tickets to attend. However, no matter where you go, you'll feel the fervor in all the streets. Apart from these special events, soccer fans also go to stadiums to support their teams whenever they play, either locally or in other provinces. And the euphoria is such that everyone gets dressed in their team's shirts. They sing, jump, and hug each other. They also go to touristic places to celebrate victories, as happens with the World Cup every 4 years. During this time, all the population leave aside their differences to bring the World Cup home, and the whole atmosphere in the streets is filled with joy, adrenaline, and passion. When it comes to dinner and nightlife, it is impossible not to associate the word late to them. Why? Because Argentinians have the habit of having dinner very late, starting at 9 p.m. This might be due to the hectic routine they have during the week, or that with work, study, and social life, days get longer. Restaurants also stay open until late, especially during the weekends when people attend shows or go to different theaters. Following this concept of lateness, something very characteristic among adolescents and young adults is the preview. This is a meeting between a group of friends after having dinner and before going out to a club. It's always organized in a house where drinks are made and music is played, and sometimes there might be even games. The main purpose of this is arriving at the club all together, and for some people, it's a good option not to spend money inside the club, but buying the drinks before and drinking them at home. Also, unlike other countries in the world, people start heading to the clubs at around 2 a.m. and they usually party until 6 a.m. But of course, this depends on the kind of party or event they assist. The last topic we're going to talk about today are festivals. These are a big part of Argentine traditions. Typical festivals are noisy affairs with colorful clothes, loud music, shows, energetic performances, and lots of food. From the drinking fun of Oktoberfest in Córdoba, to the annual National Empanada Festival in Tucumán, to the sensual dancing of the Buenos Aires Tango Festival, you will never get hungry or bored. And last but not least, Christmas is also commemorated differently in Argentina, since its biggest celebration actually happens on Christmas Eve. Houses get decorated and Christmas music is played. Families get together around 9 or 10 p.m. for a big meal, and each guest is supposed to bring a dish to share. Kids stay up late waiting for Santa Claus, who comes at midnight. When the clock strikes 12 a.m., people cheer with cider and then go outside to watch the fireworks or light up Christmas stars. Once they are back inside, kids open their presents and then everybody has desserts. The reunion usually lasts until 2 a.m., when young people leave to meet their friends and go out. Now, what makes Argentina one of the most livable places in the world? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you need any help with getting a residence permit in Argentina or want to create a holistic plan to reduce your tax burden, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you!
Consider subscribing if you haven't already. I'm uploading new videos on digital nomad locations, travel updates, and investment advice several times a week right now. And if you got some more time left, check out these videos. Thank you for watching.